Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Man Cave here, and if you're wondering what all this is, yeah, this is Copper Top. And yes, it is in a million pieces, and I'll go over that a little bit later. You guys may remember that I had done a custom frame stretch on it recently with this crappy ass job here of steel, which not happy about, so that's what I think of that. What I'm electing to do instead, which is a much cleaner design, is I've got some high lift frame rails which are basically the same dimension. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to butt up the edges like so and use a piece of this aluminum, what is this? Aluminum 3/4 by 1/16 aluminum angle iron. It works rather well for just a minor grind down on the top lip. Fits perfectly in the sides. Goes right in. You can drill your holes and you've got a bolt on, whatever. Now these are exactly 5 inches long. So obviously you'll be getting a 5-inch stretch. I did have to make a custom drive shaft like you guys saw on the wrecker. I've done the same thing again. I've taken a piece of square DOM 1/2-inch tubing and some male WB8 axial drive shaft splines, and I've made my own driveline again. Now on this one here, because of the transmission, the little plastic piece on the transmission output, I had to grind the better shot, the little lip off. I had to grind that off on the transmission side so that the pinion grub would actually go up on there and lock down. But of course the only other thing we've done to it is we put the old school Aeromax stacks on there to give it a little bit more custom look, and the log bunk, which I will go into greater detail after I already get the frame stretched and everything done with that. I've also gone ahead and started working on making my own aluminum bumper for the front versus the old one that was on it. So as you can see, truck's literally in pieces. I've got to get it back together tonight because I'd like to be out filming tomorrow, because tomorrow is the day that my Vatera Twin Hammers arrives. So I've got time to kill during the day instead of sitting around the house running around like a retard waiting for the UPS guy or the FedEx guy to show up. I've got orders from Horizon coming, Tower, RC 4-wheel drive, RPP, Holmes Hobbies, 5, and a new camcorder on the way too, another JVC, but this one, a lot of you guys will finally stop complaining. It's an HD camcorder, and it will have an SDHC card. So I'll be shooting all my videos, well, most of them, the majority of it will be all done in, I think the minimum setting is 720, but I think it is 1080 capable. Got a great deal on that from Best Buy, so there's 6 things. Enough talking. I've already taken a bench grinder to this, and I've just got to straighten the frame up, get these where I want it, get the pieces of aluminum cut out. I'll give you a quick snippet of video once I get these cut out, show you how I'm going to brace them in there, and then we'll just cut to where it's all put back together and you guys can see the end result. Okay, as promised folks, now we're looking at a much cleaner workstation. Seeing how I've gotten the stretch work done, and I had to go down in here, and you may have noticed in the previous video that this bolt here and this bolt up there were not lined up. The one was on one side, one was on the other. I had to lengthen my drive shafts, and I had to grind down the lip on this side too in order to get a snugger fit up against the differential. So that was stretched maybe, I'd say, 3/4 of an inch for a nice tight fit. And everything's all good and smooth, super heavy duty looking. It looks awesome to see a square shaft. It's like a mangler down there. Either way, I've got my 2 chosen pieces of frame rail. I'm going to go ahead and set you guys down and let you guys enjoy some of the last videos of this crappy camera before the new one arrives. I'm using an 1/8 inch drill bit. I already got these predetermined, so they should just pop on. If it doesn't pop or slide on like that just did, that meant I had the wrong side. But as you can see now, it looks like one solid piece of frame. So where I've drilled the holes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drill my hole through the aluminum so I can bolt this on. Now, yes, you could have gotten away with maybe some JB Weld or whatever, but to me that just doesn't give it the scale look as far as versus putting in bolts. So now, obviously, here comes the simple part of the equation. We just take and put our... Yeah, it helps if I had the right driver too. And you've got 800 of these Lucy wrenches laying around. It's kind of easy to pick the wrong one. We're going to start tightening this down as soon as I can line everything up. It would also probably help if I could see what I'm doing here. Okay, that one's tightened. Now we're going to go in here, get our other one. Okay, so now we've got a full frame rail. Now, might as well, since I got you guys here, might as well drill the other side out and get it mounted up. Now you can see right there, there's a little bit of a screw up. That's from where I tried welding. Welding don't work on these, so don't try it. Unless you want to end up doing what I'm doing now. This side I think I'm going to just put in one at a time. Make it a little bit easier. Tilt this bad boy up. Oh no, it flipped. This is a pain in the butt sometimes. And now, of course, is a good point where if you have any doubts of the strength of it, as far as flex, you can go ahead and take another piece of like flat stock or whatever and put a couple pop rivets in. I'm going to go ahead and drill the last hole. Get that done and over with. Get this bolt popped in here so we can start putting the little logging bunks on it. Alright, very minimal twist, which is good. The aluminum stiffened everything back up like it was supposed to. So now we've got just 3 remaining little button screws here that are going to put the whole log bunk assembly on. which I did not, I don't think I showed you guys it. I'm not sure. So if I did, you guys already know what this is. For those of you who don't, once I have these 3 screws on, I will show you in better detail. That one's in. And the last one going in. They're golden. So that right there, now stretch framed everything 5 inches. As you can see, that bunk right there is very close to the tire. I designed that for a reason. I want, when this thing is at max flex, to be rubbing on here, because as you can see, I'm using on this truck to keep it scale the stock, I believe they're 1.7s or whatever. But I want these to act as like a cleaner. So if these tires start getting caked up with mud, it'll hit those bunks there and it'll start cleaning it all off. Now that that project is completely done and in the books, it's ready to get tested out tomorrow. And I need to wipe off my workbench, because like I said, the twin hammers will be here in the morning. Well, whenever. I got something I want to show you guys. This is along the lines of this frame stretching stuff. Now don't mind the wallowed out tire here. That was originally off of an SCX-10 dually that I had. What you're looking at basically is 2 high lift frames, which that's what that piece, those 2 pieces are. On the copper top, that's actually 2 pieces, the leftover bit of what I used to cut this frame and section it out. And of course it's got the high lift 3-speed tranny on it. So we have our front and rear differentials, 3 gears. Right now it has the stock steering setup. That's going to be going away. I'm going to fab up a homebrew servo over axle mount for it. And it is leaf sprung all the way. Might be changing that around because it does not have any articulation whatsoever. If anything, maybe a 1/4 inch. I don't think I really want this one to articulate. I want this one to be rather stiff. That way it's got the rigidity for what I might be doing with it. And as you can see in comparison, side by side, that's a pretty tall standing truck. This one is going to be running 1.9s. Things that are going to have to get done on this is, right now you can see they're both just forward drive axles. I need to get a double pinion axle for this one. Make some shafts. I know a stock shaft can go down to that one, and a short shaft will go into that one there, but I will need to make me a custom shaft to run from that diff to the other. These wheels right now are just from mock-up, and there, like I said, there goes the wallowed out tire. It's all it was drilled for a dually. One of, I think, 3 or 4 that I had at the time. Either way, that's what I've also been working on as of today. This thing's rather heavy, but thanks to the 3-speed tranny on it, it's gonna, in the long run, help it out. But yeah, there you go, guys. Copper top's done. We've got, don't forget the Vetera twin hammers coming up. We've got the SCX 2012 Rubicon Kit Edition coming up. We got some parts from RPP. We've got parts from Holmes Hobbies. We've got parts from RC 4-wheel drive. Got a new camcorder coming from Best Buy. And who knows, there's more stuff that I'm going to surprise you with that you don't know about yet. And I'm going to leave it a secret for now, so As always, thanks for watching. That's the dually. I'm Man Cave. Peace, guys.